Now let's talk about how you would go about negotiating a short sale, okay? So here in the example that we just discussed, they purchased at $300,000, they owe $240,000, it is now valued at $150,000. You're gonna have a $90,000 discrepancy. So what happens? First thing you gotta do is put it on the market for its value, okay? And eventually in some of these videos, I'm going to learn how to spell, guys, but we're going to be okay. Second thing you're going to do is receive a contract. And the contract should be at that value price. Now, back in the day when short sales were a newer thing, people would try to get these properties for way under value. But since then, banks have gotten significantly smarter, and they send third-party folks out to figure out the value of the property before they accept the short sale process. Now, the third thing you're going to do is get the bank short sale package. Now, some of these packages may be emailed to you, and some of these packages may be done online in an online system. You, as the real estate agent, will help and assist your seller in filling out this short sale package. The short sale package is going to include a lot of private information, like bank statements from your seller. They're going to include balances on credit cards, debts that they have. It's going to include what they purchased the home for. It's going to include what they owe. It's going to include a assessment on your behalf of the market area and why you decided to list it for the price that you did. They want to make sure that you're doing the right job. And what they're going to do when you submit that package is they're going to send out an appraiser. And that appraiser is going to report back to the bank and let them know that whether or not they come up with the same conclusion that you do on value. Now, once they do that, the bank goes through a process or a review process that could potentially take anywhere between 1 and 5 or 6 months. This is going to require you to call weekly for updates. Yes. Because if you don't, when something is wrong, it will take them forever to let you know. So it's your job to get ahead of them, because they're just going to send out a letter to your seller. And that letter is going to take them 2 weeks to generate. So you may as well call them and find out if there are any issues that you need to resolve ahead of time. Eventually, the bank calls the shots in this, and they will make a decision. When they make that decision, they will be making a decision on several factors: price, commission, and buyer ability. Right? Once you have an approved short sale, let's say they've made a decision, they accept the price, they accept your commission cost, they accept the buyer's availability, now you have an approved short sale. Now here's some pro tips. Some banks will allow you to get an approved price for the short sale prior to listing the house. And most banks will require that you list the house and go through the process that we just discussed. The only difference between the two, and it's your job to call the bank and figure this out, is if the bank says, yes, we would approve it prior to you listing, then you would go through the whole process, get the package, go through all the bells and whistles and all the processing so that you can get an approved short sale. And then you can go to the market with an approved short sale. And if somebody comes with a contract at the approved price that's on the short sale with the approved terms, then it's a much faster closing for that buyer. If they come anything shorter, it has to be reviewed by the bank again. Okay? Now, something that could happen is that you can go through the entire initial process and the buyer falls through. It happens. It happens on a normal transaction. So imagine a transaction that could take anywhere from 30 days to 180 days, right? So if the buyer falls through, you still have an approved short sale. All you would need to do is get a new buyer, submit it to the bank that you have a new buyer. They would have to reissue the approval with the new buyer's name on it. As long as it follows the price and terms and everything else, you'll be good to go. I hope that helps you, because short sales will happen in your career.